So it gives me great pleasure to invite Mahmood, father of the bride, to say a few words.
Thank you. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am delighted to welcome all of you to the wedding of Zara and Matt. For those of you that you don't know me, I am the proud father of this beautiful bride, and I want to thank all of you to joining us today on this super special occasion to celebrate the love between Zara and Matt. Before I continue, I would like to extend my gratitude to everyone who has helped to create this beautiful day, from the venue, the caterers, Amy and Mel, for the flowers, and for all the family and friends that have traveled to be here today. Thank you for helping to make everything run so smoothly. As I stand here today, I can't help but feel an overwhelming sense of the pride and gratitude for my youngest daughter, Zara. From her first step to her accomplishment as a talented, loving, creative mother, partner, sister, friend, and sometimes to me as a peer. Zara has always been a warm, funny, loving light, and could be a prouder of the woman that she is today. Thank you for everything you have done for me and making thank you for helping me for everything done and you are such a wonderful person. And then there is Matt. My not so new son-in-law. I thought Matt was a cool guy. And Zara and Matt are so cool together. In fact, it took 11 years and me having a heart attack. And almost missed this speech for them. And today locked in. Matt, since the day one, you have been part of this family. Thank you for making my daughter so happy and being a wonderful dad to Sienna. We love you very much. And for advice, after 11 years, I think you must be doing something right. My only advice in the household with Zara and Sienna is, remember who run the world. Now, if everyone could raise a glass for the bride and groom to Zara and Matt, wishing you lifetime of happiness, fun, and advantage. Thank you.
I'm the very proud older sister of Zara, a beautiful bride. That one. Yeah, doesn't she look amazing? Gorgeous guy. I have the immense honour of standing here today as her maid of honour with Jazz. Although, to be honest, I was a bit disappointed to find out this role didn't come with a tiara. Prizes for spotting the other Leo in the house. Can we give a huge... Yeah? Hello? What? Yeah, of course. I'm getting to that. Hang on, let's chill out. Jesus. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Can we give a huge round of applause to the new Okay, for those of you that have met and know Zara, knows, as Matt explained earlier, she loves a plan and detail. She's the organised one. And you can see with the attention to detail, the table decorations, the little touches, that's all my sister. She's done an amazing job. Whether it be her coordinating earrings, or meticulously detailed Easter bonnets, or handmade table decor, she's the organised one. So you can imagine my surprise when she asked me, the girl that regularly loses her phone whilst in hand, to be her maid of honour. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced she was using this as a test to see if I'd grown up. Spoiler alert, I definitely haven't. Growing up with Zara was like having an in-house comedian. Very daft, always making us laugh, providing the best Jim Carrey impressions you've ever seen, and forever reminding us that silliness is everything. Forever the poet, bookworm, and Disney fan, the other mums really don't stand a fighting chance when it comes to school competitions. Sienna, you chose well, kiddo. Whatever she is. Or Sarah. She always had my back. Whether I would lie to Dad about where I really was, saving us from giant bat-sized moths, or from kids who were being mean, Zara would be there like the mafia boss. Zara. Whilst you always remind me of my little sister, you're an inspiring powerhouse, a momager, and you've been a real rock for this family when times have been rough. You have an amazing ability to carry the world on your shoulders, but with so much sass and grace, you'd be a mood board for Balenciaga. Your kindness, patience, intelligence, and beauty are only matched by your ability to make us all laugh so hard, well, me, that I lose my chin. If anyone finds it today, please return to sender. And then there's Matt. Round of applause for how good Matt looks, though. Come on. No, seriously. Yeah, my new-ish brother-in-law. From sharing a tendency of being very late to everything, to a love of... Actually, he makes me not look late to anything. Yeah. From a mutual love of Satchmos, hats, music, the real struggle with curly hair, wild cocktails, and vibing loud gongs. I thought he was too good to be true, and then I realised he is too good to be true, but we'll keep him anyway. Matt, bro, thank you for making my sister so happy, for letting me steal some of your tunes, for bringing even more sunshine and love into our family, and for always being the waters to the Azamajabi on fire. I've watched your relationship grow for over 11 years, this beautiful union you celebrate here today. You're both so special, and your love is so pure, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you and Sienna. So let's raise the glasses. Here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after, to Zara and Matt. May your life together be full of more disco sparkly joy, wild adventure, and living your bestest lives. Cheers.
There's a lot more in. She's so daunting. I'm not a public speaker in any sense of the word, so bear with me. I've had a few shows. So, before I get in trouble for forgetting and getting any more names wrong, I'll just say, how beautiful is my wife? You're my wife now, Dave. So you'll be glad to know I didn't plan a speech. Well, exactly, I planned about 10. I planned 10 speeches. This is the problem when you've got to live with a brain like mine. It's just, you have to compensate and cover for every single possible scenario. And then you realise I hate speeches. Last time I did anything like this in front of loads of people was like probably a uni thing, and it just went completely wrong. So anyway. You'll be glad this is not going to take too long. I'm just going to run through the thank yous. So the lead up today has been just an inexplicable mixture of emotions and waves of excitement, fear, anxiety, but most of all, emotions that come from a place of love. A special mention to those close to us that we wish were here to celebrate with us, but can't be. Let's have a drink for them tonight, eh? So, without further ado, the thank yous. Firstly, to our beautiful flower girls, brilliant flower girls. Okay. Okay. Still getting used to this. Sienna and Ophelia, and the dapper page boys, Hunter and Thomas. Sterling job today. A big thanks to the bridesmaids, Sapphire, Jasmine, Charlotte, Vicky and Jade. Thank you for all turning up, looking pretty, all your help behind the scenes, and managed to get my wife back to me from her bright and hand do in one piece, and being a constant support network to my new wife. Groomsmen, thank you for being complete gents and all your support and help, and especially James and Sean with organising the stag, and all of your help being there for me on the run up to today. Just showing up, that's all I needed from you, and you did more than that, way more than that. That's why I love you. Also, like Sean and Lee for providing the sound equipment today, which, when we get over to them curtains, you're in for a right treat. That's all I'm going to say. Right, yeah, lads from the stag, everyone who's here, who managed to get here, it was only 2 weeks ago, and I've still got like a little bit of pressure in my ear, so I can't quite hear quite. I'm going to blame that on the Sarah thing. Anyway, I'm sorry for putting some of you through that stag a couple of weeks ago. We were way over the hill, aren't we? We shouldn't be going stag dudes our age, but we did, and we did it proper, didn't we? So, big ups to all the stag crew. Jamie and the guys at Travers for providing all the print today. Yeah, there's a bit of plug for the place that I work. Get your flyers from Travers. We also sell Terry's chocolate oranges. Yeah. Anyway, no more Porsches, please. So, anyway, my brother Ryan for being an absolute legend, and my sister Nikita. Thank you for putting up my crap for so long. You guys have put up for it, a lot longer than everybody else I know. So, fair dues. Well done. Our marvellous vendors and caterers. Top table for smashing it today. Topping everybody up, don't you? Everybody okay? Everyone drunk? Everybody drunk? Or get married? Or are we drunk? Top everybody up, please. Okay. Thank you to the videographer and photographer Gleb at the back there. On point. Did a great job. And thank you to Gareth Southgate. Yeah, we're in the final tomorrow, so thanks. thanks all the staff at Sandal. What a venue. So we just overjoyed that, you know, we forgot about the weather now. So anyway, a huge thanks has to go especially though to Amongst NHS and to Raheem, because if it hadn't been for them, we would have been telling a different story today, and the wedding might have not actually happened. I'm going to say a thanks to Zara's parents. Elena, the first time I met you, the first thing you said to me was, what's your intentions for my daughter? I hope I've answered them now. Finally, after 11 years. Yeah, okay. So, I've always been on my guard, and, we're okay now. Anyway, thank you for your support, and especially for your constant love for Zara and Sienna. You've always been there. Thank you to my move in Tyre Bay. First time I met you guys, first time meeting my mood in particular, I had the theme tune of The Godfather played in my mind when I was sat there on the couch. The first time meeting the father-in-law, it was like, yeah. Anyway, we got through that, and 11 years down the line, here we are. I'm very thankful for all the love that you've shown me and welcome me into the family. Thank you. A huge thanks has to go to, in particular, my wife, Zara. Just after she turned up, so that deserves a round of applause. Still getting used to that, which is pretty bad. She's my wife. It's been 11 wonderful years in the making, but every day I cherish spending it with the most kind, generous and thoughtful woman in the world. I'm proud of you, and you never stop to amaze me with your strength and determination. And as an added bonus, you make the best tuna pasta and cups of tea. Perfect every time. Unlike, sorry, I've got to mention your spaghetti burning skills, which you're going to have to leave the spaghetti to me now, as your husband. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, we lead very busy lifestyles, and when you have a daughter along the way, you get caught up in it, and so you're probably not told as often as you should be, but it's immeasurable how much me and Sienna care for you, and we love you, and we appreciate everything you do for us as a family. You're the most magnificent person I know, and to share that with somebody you regard as your friend and your soulmate is, it's just something extra special. And I can only apologise for the grooms and the moments along the way if it didn't go up to today, but we got through it alive, luckily. But yeah, the confetti was the okay size, wasn't it, in the end? I was happy with the confetti size. Anyway, also I must mention a special thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Hurst. Obviously, I've got to say thanks for producing me. I don't thank them enough. I don't get the chance, but now I've got a mic, so you've got to listen. I'm sorry, Mum and Dad, for all them years where you just had to listen to it, like banging on the ceiling and going, shh, turn that boom, boom, boom music down, please. But now you don't have to deal with it anymore. Now, yeah. I just thank you for all your help today and every step of the way throughout my life. Your support network, you've been there for your granddaughter Sienna, not just as a mother, father, nan and granddad. You're my guidance for my crucial moments in life, and you're always appreciated. Both myself and now your official daughter-in-law are eternally grateful. But my parents always said, nothing good would ever come from me. Always running late. But I'm happy to say I proved them right. So, as the story goes, when we nearly never met, almost didn't, and as typically, I was late. Our first date. So, we arranged this first date. I had to be at my friend Richard's house, didn't I, of all places, and I needed some, Dutch curries, because I was going to meet this beautiful girl. And I also had like this clinky friend Richard who wanted me to stay there, which was not the best mix. So he basically played me a lot of cocktails and said, you don't need to go meet this new girlfriend. You're my friend, you can stay with me a bit longer. So I look back at these text messages that we read, from the time that we met. So the text reads, message 1. Hey, so would you like to meet, say, around about 5? Question mark. Message 2. I'm not sure I'm going to make it on time. That's me. Message 3. From Zara. Balls in your court. And so the formula, this is what we stuck with over the years. Finally, home, my ill timing was impeccable. As quickly as I changed into my leopard print shirt, a little bit tipsy, and sunglasses, in some sort of attempt to look a little bit more cool and composed, I opened the door. And you could be just in the mic. It's my mic. So, as I opened the door, it was like where Bill Murray opens the door to Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters 1. Or, she's a hot dog. And when Callie Brooke in Weird Science, when that moment, that's what I'm all about. It was that kind of scenario anyway. And I was just blown away the first time I saw her. But I wish I wasn't wearing that stupid leopard shirt. Anyway. Yeah, I was like, I was like Jim Morrison off Wish or something. That was what I was trying to come across. Anyway, somehow I managed to pressure enough to get a second date. And this is where I thought I'd take it up a notch and I'd show you the sights, go across the Peak District, so we did. And I thought, you know what, I'll push the boat out and get a luxury motor and, look really cool. Another attempt to look really cool hiring a car. So we came cruising across the Peak District in a Fiat 500. But I must say, the Lamborghini didn't come through, but this did prove to me that you're the down-to-earth kind of person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. Yes. Got the Lambo of the week after. Anyway, so, on to the proposal. And Zara, as always, wanted to visit a spectacular destination, because we like doing that. Anyway, so we thought, let's go to the best city in the world. Apart from Stoke-on-Trent, of course. So we decided to spend the Christmas time and see it in the new year in New York City. And so I planned all, to get the ring in a particular shop, Diamond District, and to enable this to happen, I had to cause a diversion. So I was like, right, okay, we've literally just arrived in New York, a big city, and what do women like? Shopping. Right, Macy's over there. Just go over to Macy's for a bit while I'm just going to do some dry cleaning. So we did that, and I said, well, a week later, at this bear statue. Turned up like 2 hours later. We were going to this helicopter ride. Anyway, I digress. So we got this ring. I picked this particular ring out, and it was like amazing, like sort of scenario where I was like, I felt like I was in a Guy Ritchie film and I was going to get killed, but I managed to get the ring. And then, as I came to meet Zara outside the monument, I just all of a sudden just started acting dead weird. I couldn't control myself. Like the nerves just took control. got to the helicopter place where we were going to do this ride, and straight away I thought, right, I'm going through metal detectors now. Well, I'm going to keep it on the downloader, I've got this ring. So I had to like whisper to this guy and just go, you know, I've got this ring with me. Can I just go through without scanning me? So anybody, if you ever want to like do some terrorism on a helicopter, just so you've got a ring. Anyway, so we got through the helicopter ride, very nice. Come back, went to a bar in Brooklyn, and I thought, right, I'm going to have to call the photographer that I planned to do this, like, you know, the photographer was where we met in the Brooklyn Bridge to capture the moments. Went to the toilet, called the photographer, said, well, we're going to be there in about 10 minutes, and come out sweaty mess in December. Which is a bit weird. So, yeah, got questioned even more. We headed over to Brooklyn Bridge, got to the viewpoint in Dumbo, where I managed to get her over to this viewpoint where Manhattan was behind us, and I said, right, just go stand over there a little bit, and I'm cold, I'm going to put my gloves on. Don't put your gloves on. So, what's going on? I'm sorry, acting more weird. She had to get her gloves off. Saw the photographer in the corner of my eye, she come over, caught the moment, and yeah, I got down on one knee, and I couldn't say the words. I just said, well, will you? Will you? Will you? And then, eventually we got there, and so, and then, I'll just never forget the emotion I saw on her face when, you know, when she said yes, and I was just like something that just was truly beautiful. Kind of just like a moment in time. So, yeah, I said it was going to be a short speech, so I'll just do it. Anyway, so finally, after many years, oh yeah, true. After many years, came to today's event, which is, to quote one of the most profound lyrics from a disco record, that is, love is the message. And today we're celebrating our combined message for love, not just for all of who we are and all our family and friends. It's just wonderful having you all here, and we couldn't ask for anything more than that. And we're just going to ask you to, one more thing, just get on the dance floor and just dance all night and just enjoy it. That's all I ask. One simple request. That'll be the cherry on our disco ball cupcake. So now, I'm honoured to finally say, let's all raise our glasses for our life together as the new Mr. and Mrs. Hurst. Love is the message.
Checkmate 1, 2. Checkmate 1, 2. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is going to be the worst 5 minutes of my life. But it's definitely not going to be as bad as the 2 minutes Zara's getting later with Matt. You don't tell me what to do. You never tell me what to do. Anyhow, hey everybody, I'm Sean, aka SPG. If you don't know me, where have you been hiding for the last 20 odd years? Oh, for fuck's sake. I've been given the honour here of being Matt's best man, and so much, but I've got to keep it PG today. Can I just say how beautiful all the bride and all the bridesmaids look today? Yeah. Well, the guests look fine as well, but I'm not too much notice, to be honest. So, I've known Matt about 18 years now. The first time I ever met Matt was, I'd just come back from Ibiza. I was going for the summer actually, but it lasted a week. You know, it's a long story, but I couldn't handle it more. So So I got home, my dad was very angry with me because he'd sent me money throughout this Ibiza excursion. And he said, you better get a job, Sean. So I went to work at Rob Johnson's Barbers in Wolstanton. And the first week was there, it was found, you know, it had a massive saltwater fish tank, it had a bar in there, and it had a stripper pole. A stripper pole. I was sold. I'll sign a 20-year contract now, I was sold. You know. And then this one Saturday, this guy walked in, looking a bit confused about his sexuality. He had this, the best way he can describe it is this, his lesbian haircut. He had the blonde fucking fringe, you could tell he was straightening the bottom of his hair, with the tattoo in there. And he brought in a load of DJ equipment. Definitely wasn't his though. He definitely borrowed it off somebody, somewhere. Didn't really speak much to him, so I was there cutting hair. And he started DJing. I thought, ooh, you know what? You can be friends. He plays some absolutely cracking tracks for a change. For a change. And I was like, wow. And anyway, the day went on. I didn't get paid by this guy, Rob Johnson, because he's a prick. And Matt gave me a lift home in his blue Fiesta. If you know about this blue Fiesta, you know Matt better than anybody. He didn't even have window wipers. He had nothing. He had nothing. I think he had to, didn't have push it. Push it off, didn't then jump in. So we're talking in the car, and I was telling him how I'd been the Radio 1 weekend, the weekend before, in Puntress Valley, by the windmill. I was covered in. Can anybody remember when Imperial Leather Film came out? Well, they were giving it out at the Radio 1 weekend. I was covered in it. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And the sun was just setting, and Seb Fontaine was just playing at the Radio 1 weekend. And all he did was, just a little more love. I was like, this is. And I described all this to Matt. I was like, oh, I wish I could listen to it back. And Matt was rummaging in his. I don't know if he even had a pocket in his car, it was like whack. I don't know, he was rummaging on the floor or whatever. He pulled the tape out. He says, I taped it, mate, you can have it. I was like, oh my god. I think I just fell in love. But when I did put the tape in, it broke after 2 seconds. So I didn't listen to it back anyway, so whatever. But I just knew then that me and Matt were going to be stuck each other for the foreseeable future. Pardon? You would know it. Anyway, sorry, I went to go off key there, but lost my speech now. Anyway, one thing I do want to get off my chest was Matt always acts like he's a dead cool DJ. Oh yeah, Matt is. I've even heard him do interviews where he's like, yeah, I cut my teeth off. I went to Fat Cats with Matt on Saturday afternoon in the summer. Just before he started working for Lee, I do apologise, Lee, about this. And he's like, Revolution Derby have offered me 250 quid to go and DJ for him, but Lee's offered me 10 quid to go DJ at Satchmuse. I was like, mate, there's only one place you can go, Satchmuse. He's like, okay, sound. You'll never admit this though. So anyway, I really do think I moulded a lot of Matthew's DJ career. I do. All jokes aside though, I do have something very complimentary to say about John Matt. It's one thing all his friends admire, and that's his passion he has and loves in his life. Of course, Zara and Sienna have now joined Matt's lifelong passion, which we all know is music. I've learned more recently in planning the wedding in the stag do how much. Sorry, speech, Matt. Stop reading this speech, Matt. I've learned more recently in the planning and wedding in the stag do how much his passion really is still present in Matt's day-to-day life, but more so, how vast his love for music really is. Many of you would be mistaken thinking Matt's passion is solely reserved for electronic music. It's not. If you think that, you couldn't be more wrong. Matt has one of the most eclectic tastes in music anyone I've ever known. He's eager to play banging techno as he has blissed out blaring vibes. And more recently I've discovered his passion for the real instruments, which is no surprise considering his love for disco music. Such as the orchestral sounds of salsa, Latin jazz and Motown. Given Matt's dance music and DJing background, you'd assume percussion would be his main focus of the live instruments. But he's way more eclectic than that. He loves the lush strings just as much, which is totally understandable considering his love for those disco tracks remixed by the likes of Jelly Negro, Dimitri from Paris. Matt is also no stranger to the world of woodwind. The woodwind instruments, particularly via the medium of jazz, whether it be the likes of Luke Una, Jazz Pettison, and our very own Colin Curtis, dropping DJ sets with an array of the finest musicians playing flutes, clarinets, and brass on wax. The one thing I didn't fully appreciate up until recent meetings with Matt to discuss the stag party in Portugal was his youth's fascination with trombones and trumpets. I really discovered they're without doubt the instruments he's the most passionate about by a country mile. I turned up to his work one lunch to discuss the Lisbon itinerary, but there had been some kind of miscommunication and Matt had gone out for lunch. While waiting for Matt on his return, I started to look at his Google search. He mentioned he wanted to go to... Pardon? Well, what's up? We've got a relationship. Have you been through his Google search? While waiting for Matt's return, I started to Google a few places he mentioned he wanted to go on his computer at work, and was absolutely floored what I found on it. And how much he'd actually been researching his new passions. Understandably, so his trombones and trumpets feature so heavily in disco, Motown, and a lot of these new instruments bands that are covering house music tracks and performing them live, such as Mute. Mr. Wilson's second line his search history was so detailed. Even though his ardent of music aficionates and crate digs would have been put to shame. Obviously, I didn't want to put Matt to feel his privacy invaded finding me on his computer, so I printed out his search history as to not be awkward around my friend. And in thinking, with me trawling through his Google searches, this way I could see where we'd been searching to go to Lisbon and also learn more about his new and specific music passions of his. So, this is Mosh's Google search.
Oh my god.
Lisbon's best restaurants. We all know how that went. Don't we? Lisbon's best cocktail bars. Fair play, mates. Beating's one of the best cocktail bars around. That seems to be all that was like Googled for the stag party, though. Then after that, all I got was Lisbon brass, Portuguese brass, Porto brass prepared to travel. Prepared to travel, whatever. Then I got cheap Lisbon brass. Good to see Matt still supporting the breakthrough artists. Old Portugal brass. Good to see he's not ageist neither. Cheshire brass. Maybe these are for after the wedding party, I don't know. Perhaps there's a brass band coming for the wedding, I don't know. Sorry, let the cat out of the bag. Stoke-on-Trent brass. You can always rely on Matt supporting local talent, can't you? That's one thing that's always... Cobridge brass. I didn't even know Cobridge had an orchestra. Manchester brass, London brass, Liverpool brass, Bristol brass, Sheffield brass, Derby brass, Nottingham brass, Birmingham brass. Trans brass. I think that's a spelling mistake though. I think you're on about trans brass, like maybe, you know, maybe Chelsea, maybe Chelsea cover band doing something. I don't know. But either way, I think we can all agree that Matt's passion for the orchestra's brass section is most definitely his favourite out of all the sections of the orchestra. I can honestly say I've never seen the level of dedication to a specific instrument group within an orchestra that just goes to show that Matt spares no expense or attention to detail when it comes to scoring music. His passion for something we should all... His passion for music is something we should all make a note of and take a leaf out of Matt's book. If we love what we do as much as Matt does with music, we're not going to go far wrong. Now let's get on to Zara. I've been waiting for this for so long. Now Zara. My sparring partner. My enemy, my love, my everything. What can I say? All jokes aside, I'm going to be nice to you now, which is going to make you sick in your mouth. Thank you for making man the man he is today, because he's a prick before. And bringing him a beautiful daughter that is Sienna. Daughter. It's not as bad as Sarah, right? It's not as bad as Sarah. Daughter, Sarah. Yeah, Matt's got 2 other kids. Where is Sienna? Sorry, bear with me. Don't really agree with you. I just want to say to finally finish, can we all raise our glasses? They say you don't marry the person you can live with, you marry the person you can't live without. Ladies and gentlemen, the bride and groom, Zara and Matt.
Listen, yeah. I am not prepared on this at all, so Tommy, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. How much do we love Auntie Zara and come back? How much? Thomas, right, Matt, I have an issue with you. This spaghetti thing is out of control. I was nailing my spag bol recipe from my loving dad forever and ever until Tommy went to stay with Uncle Matt one weekend and came back and was like, Mum, you don't understand. Everything is amazing. Oh, so good. And I'm like, what's going on? And so like, there's me with my Don Mio doll, quick, and he's like, I don't like your spag bol anymore, Mum. Can I go to Uncle Matt? So we did it. Well, that's half an hour away from Congleton, we're in Newcastle, mate. Anyway, but guys, listen, love you. I was going to tell a mad story about a moth. I'm not going to. I love you, and everyone's tired of speeches. Let's all go for cigarettes and whatever, and have a great night.